A hard time going from struggling writer to successful author, chances are you might be one of these 4 kinds of writers. By the end of this video, you'll be able to figure out which of the 4 kinds you are. And hands up, I am definitely one, probably 2 of these, and have been since the beginning of my career, which is part of what took me so long to learn how to write a book and sell one. I want to save you guys that pain and suffering I went through and all those rejections, and help you see these mindset patterns early on so that you can stop them in their tracks and change the way that you look at your writing and look at yourself, because it will make a massive difference on your creativity. When your mindset is feeling insecurity or anxiety, it translates into what you're putting on the page. What's going on inside of you shows up on the page, because that's how writing works. It's coming from your gut. It's coming from some well deep inside of you. And if what's deep inside of you is all churning with a bunch of worry, then that's going to come out when you write. First kind of writer, hands up, was me. I was the speeder. Not a big surprise, because I'm a pretty driven person who always wants to get things done right now. I think I wrote 10 books in 8 years and at least 30 proposals, maybe more, because I was trying to hurry up and sell a book, hurry up and sell a book. I wasn't pausing long enough to listen to my gut, which was telling me that I needed to learn more about craft. I was trying too hard to churn them out and reach some unattainable goal when I hadn't stopped to learn enough of the basics. And if you're a speeder, then that's kind of what you're doing. You're in such a rush to get the book out there that you're not stopping to look at the craft. And the thing that will sell your next book is your current book. The second kind of writer that I meet all the time is the doubter. Those are the people that are like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can write. And I think I've shared before that every time I start a new book, I'm like, I don't even know if I know that many words. But it turns out every time that I do, we all have those doubts. You might be the third kind of writer, which is a self-sabotager. And that also has been me from time to time, where I have a deadline and instead I find a million other things to do that get in the way and end up making me procrastinate. So I'll do the laundry, I'll take the dog for a walk, all of a sudden I need to weed the garden. If you're doing that, if you're self-sabotaging your writing time, then that usually comes back to having inner doubts or insecurities. The fourth kind of writer is the comparer. This is the person who picks up a really great book by an amazing author and looks at that and thinks, there is no way I can write like that. And I'm here to tell you, that's great. It's great that you can never write like Stephen King or Ruth Ware or Nora Roberts, because you are your own writer. You have to write like you. If you're one of those kinds of people, the speeder, the doubter, the self-sabotager, the comparer, if you're any one of those, then I want you to try some mindset shifts. And if you can't get your mindset right, it will show up every time you try to write a book. What I did was I posted little motivational quotes to myself on my monitor. Even to this day, I put motivational quotes on my whiteboard. So I've always got something that reminds me that I can do it, because this is a lonely career where you're basically just with yourself and your imaginary friends every day. The second thing I want you to do is to listen to your gut. That was my problem. I didn't listen to my gut when it was telling me, slow down, learn your craft. You master these skills before you try to sell a book. And I also recommend finding a tribe, because if you find other people who speak writer, like my husband is in IT, he totally doesn't speak writer, find a tribe. That's part of what we're trying to create with the mastermind. Finally, always play the long game. Even if you're a struggling writer, where do you want to be in 5 years, 10 years? Write down the steps you need to take to get there and start executing those a little bit at a time. And I will see you on the other side of the page.